Hey everyone, grab your favorite mug, settle in, because today I want to chat about a book that really shook things up for me. Rachel Hollis' Scroll. Stop apologizing. I picked it up because I kept seeing it everywhere, and honestly, the title alone just resonated with something deep inside. It's not your typical self-help book. It feels more like a really long, incredibly honest, and often hilarious conversation with your best friend who just gets it. The main idea, Rachel's whole thesis, is that we as women are made for more and we need to stop apologizing for our dreams, our ambitions, and for simply being who God created us to be. It's a powerful rally cry to shed all the guilt and shame that holds us back and to relentlessly pursue the lives we truly want. This isn't about being selfish, she emphasizes, but about unlocking our full potential, which ultimately benefits everyone around us and even the world. Rachel breaks down her wisdom into three big parts, like three crucial steps to getting out of your own way and chasing greatness. She starts with the excuses we need to let go of, moves into the behaviors we need to adopt, and finally, talks about the skills we need to acquire. And let me tell you, as you read, you'll find yourself nodding along, thinking, yeah, just talking about me. Let's dive into some of those excuses because they are so relatable. Rachel says we're often held back by things like that's not what other women do, or we compare ourselves and hold back our unique desires, or maybe it's I'm not a goal-oriented person, which she brilliantly refutes by pointing out we all learn to walk, speak, and drive skills we weren't born with but learned. One that really hits home for many, including Rachel herself, is I don't have time, but her take is you don't find time, you make time. She gives this fantastic idea of 5 to strive, dedicating at least 5 hours a week to your goal, treating those hours as sacred, like a coffee date with Chris Hemsworth. And then there's the big one, I'm not enough to succeed. Rachel, having struggled with feeling uneducated herself, argues that your current perceived lack simply makes you teachable, knowable, or eager. It's a yet, not a permanent state. She even tells a super funny and honest story about getting a breast augmentation, which she saw as a personal choice to feel confident, challenging the idea that caring about appearance is superficial. One of the most poignant excuses for me was I can't pursue my dream and still be a good mom-daughter employee. Rachel, a working mother of 4, really digs into this mommy guilt and calls it out as bullshit. She says it's not from a divine place, but rather something we learn from people around us. She shares how she used to feel ashamed for working, especially when others questioned her choices, but ultimately realized that being a good mom means prioritizing herself and her own growth, which in turn sets a powerful example for her kids. It's about being centered, she explains, so you can overflow into others' lives without depleting yourself. Then there are the behaviors to adopt. This is where Rachel gives you permission to, well, stop asking for permission. She talks about how so many of us, especially women, are raised in patriarchal societies where male voices are often seen as the ultimate authority, leading us to seek approval from others even for our own dreams. She candidly shares how she used to ask her husband Dave's permission for everything, even simple things like going to the grocery store, and in a conversation with him made her realize she didn't have to. This really hammered home for me that you are allowed to simply exist without permissions or opinions or qualifiers. Another behavior is to choose one dream and go all in, no more dabbling. She introduces her brilliant 10-10-1 rule. Figure out who you want to be in 10 years. List 10 dreams that would make that a reality, and then pick just one specific measurable goal to focus on right now, and you write those 10 dreams down every single day as if they've already happened, because your subconscious focuses on what you feed it in the present tense. And speaking of ambition, Rachel tackles embrace your ambition head-on. She argues that ambition in women is often seen as negative, while in men it's celebrated as an asset. She pushes us to stop accepting double standards and to own our drive to learn, grow, and create. She also powerfully stresses the importance of ask for help. She calls out the self-made myth, saying no one truly builds big things alone. She transparently shares all the help she receives, from nannies to housekeepers to assistants, emphasizing that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness but a necessity for growth. Finally, the skills to acquire. Starting with planning, Rachel shares a hilarious and slightly horrifying story about getting lost in Europe because you didn't have a map or a plan. Her takeaway: you need a roadmap, a starting point, a finish line, and guideposts along the way. This means starting with your end goal, figuring out where you are now, and then brainstorming all the small mile markers that will get you from point A to point B. It's not about making it easy, she says, but about making it effective. She also talks about confidence, saying it's a skill you can learn. It's about liking how you look, whatever your personal style is, how you act stepping into roles, even if you're not 100 qualified, like her career adventure at Sundance, and who you hang out with because you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Persistence is key too. Rachel openly shares how it took her 8 years to get on the Today Show, 6 books to get a bestseller, and years to build her following. Don't compare your beginning with someone else's middle, she urges. It's a journey, and you have to fight for it, but it's worth it. Effectiveness is another crucial skill, moving beyond just productivity. She suggests replacing your overwhelming to-do list with a concise results list, focusing on specific outcomes for each work session, like write 2 500 words instead of work on manuscript. And positivity. Rachel believes it's a choice you make every single day, regulating your thoughts and choosing to see possibilities and blessings, even in hard times, just as she did during her incredibly difficult labor. Finally, leadership. Rachel challenges every woman to see herself as a leader. Whether in business, parenting, or community, it's about blazing a trail for yourself and then turning around to lead the way for other women. She even challenges us to examine our sphere of leadership and ensure it's diverse and inclusive, recognizing that representation matters for everyone to believe in their own greatness. So what's the big takeaway for today's world? Girl, stop apologizing is more relevant than ever. In a time where comparison culture thrives on social media and women are still often juggling immense expectations, Rachel's message is a breath of fresh air. It's a powerful antidote to people-pleasing and self-doubt. My advice to you, if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're not allowed to want more for yourself, is to pick up this book. Rachel isn't just an author, she's a cheerleader in print, reminding you that your dreams are valid. Your potential is limitless, and you absolutely deserve to pursue them without a single apology. It's about reclaiming your life, one conscious choice and one unapologetic dream at a time. This book isn't just about achieving goals, it's about fundamentally changing how you see yourself and your place in the world. It's about believing in your damn self.